I'll look after you.
How can you in here?
Because I'm being released on Monday. That's how.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure.
How do you like the rest? Never stay out of trouble for long.
Oh, look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. I've been keeping my nose clean, see? Can't wait to get out of this stinking hole and all them smart-ass bitches. Hate the bloody lot of them. Oh, they're in for a big shock.
Oh, there you go again.
Look, Mum, I know what I'm doing. They won't catch me this time.
Look, Meg, you're lonely. You've admitted that. Well, my private life isn't exactly a great social whirl. So what is wrong with two lonely people getting together occasionally and if it leads to other things, well, what's the harm?
Loneliness isn't a good basis for a relationship, you know that. Look what happened to Vera.
Look, I'm not saying it's ideal, but it's a start, isn't it?
It's a start.
Well, say yes.
I don't know.
Friends? Can I come round tonight?
A lot of people don't realise that many of the women here find it very difficult to cope with the outside world once they've been released. And they need a refuge, a kind of hiding place while they learn to readjust to the realities of their new lives. And somewhere they can be sure of finding a helpful hand and a friendly face. In short, a halfway house. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no intention of boring all of you with yet another speech. I just want to say this. The colour television set here is a symbol, nothing more, of the help that I hope to be able to provide from time to time for the women of Wentworth. It is not an act of charity on my behalf, but a gift to them from a friend. Oh, this is monstrous. How could they? And you talk me into helping these creatures. They're nothing more than animals.
Marianne, please, it's not...
We've made the papers.
How bad is it?
Oh, we have a comic here. He's treating it as a joke.
Well, it's better than dramatising it.
Perhaps you don't care that the entire prison service is being held to ridicule?
Well, no one could say that.
The department already has. They've just been on the phone and they hold me personally responsible.
It was Mrs. de Vere who started the whole thing.
But I invited the press. No, it's my own fault. I forgot the type of woman we're dealing with. I am cancelling all privileges until further notice.
They'll understand that.
Yes, I think they will.
Does that mean you're stopping work and study release?
It does.
Oh, but Lynn Warner and Karen Travis
They
were
must have known about it, Meg. But they played deaf, dumb and blind. It's about time they all learned a lesson.
Well, Travers and Warner will be...
Stop them. And report back here as soon as you've done that. We are holding a spot check on every cell and dormitory till we find whatever it was they used to smash that TV set.
Never seen her so angry.
Yes, she's finally woken up.
So unlike Mrs. Davidson, she's usually so reasonable. There must be something else bugging her.
Look, she's been made a public laughingstock by a bunch of crims. What do you expect her to do? Pat them on the back? Now, you go and look in the dormitories and I'll check at the desk. You can stop that. Nobody's going anywhere. All privileges have been cancelled.
Why?
Oh, look, don't act dumber than you already are, Warner. Now, get back to your cells. Both of you.
They can't do that.
Oh, yes, they can.
But it's not fair.
What did you expect after yesterday? Heads were bound to roll.
Look, we weren't even involved.
No innocent bystanders in this place, Lynn. Come on. Thought you'd be in the laundry.
I thought you'd be out in the town.
Oh, privileges cancelled.
Oh, tough. Nice day for it, too. Hey, tell me, what do you do when you get out there?
Oh, go to my lectures, go to the library, Sit on the grass, eat my lunch.
Oh, you're a regular little tearaway, aren't you? Don't you ever nick off and have some fun?
I have fun, just breathing the air outside's fun.
Yeah, but what about the blokes?
What blokes?
Oh, the place must be thick with blokes. Talk, talk, talk. I can hardly get a word in edgewise.
Bea, I've got to study. If you want company, go to the laundry.
Oh, with that Goddard dame big noting herself all over the place, I'd puke in the dryer.
What's Clara ever done to you?
Oh, they think she's Christmas or that stupid. But just you wait. She'll come the proverbial, you'll see.
But what's she done?
She got us into strife, didn't she?
Oh, you don't think she smashed the television?
All I'm saying is it wouldn't have happened if I'd been in charge. Madam Clara. Couldn't run a sewing bee.
Well, do you know who did it?
I've got a pretty good idea. I'm not stupid. And I know everything that goes on in here. Now, take that doctor boyfriend of yours, for instance. Oh. Not interested?
Bea, he's not my boyfriend.
Oh, then it's no skin off your nose then, is it?
It's no skin off my nose.
That he's having it off with one of the screws.
I'd say my nose was unaffected. Which one?
Oh, no, you didn't want to know.
On your feet. I want you two out of here. Smith, you go to the laundry. Travers, you can study in the recreation room.
Hey, you all right now, Mrs. Jackson? Thank you. That was a nasty bump on the head she got, you know. I'm glad the doctor's looking after you all right.
Not only no colour TV, now we've got no TV at all. And it's not as though we done it either.
It's iniquitous. I mean, why should you all be punished because of one foolish girl? It's so unfair.
You tell him, Tinkerbell.
You know, you'd think that she'd have the common sense to confess.
Oh, yes, she'd be dead cert to do that.
Well, don't you think so?
Who, me? Are you talking to me?
I thought you said something.
She's like a girl guide in a brothel. She hasn't got a clue.
Well, you don't need a clue if you've got an education.
I've never claimed that education could take the place of practical experience. Bea, you know this prison inside out. Why don't you find who's responsible?
Why should I?
Well, why not? I mean, we're all being punished for something we didn't do.
But you're the big cheese around here. Now, why don't you do it? And while you're at it, you could have a word with the governor and straighten her out as well.
Very well, I will. Erica is going about this the wrong way.
Isn't she marvellous? Bloody marvellous.
Where was it?
In the shower block, stuffed behind one of the toilets. Anyone could have hidden it there.
In that case, the ban on privileges remains.
Well, do you think that's a good idea? I mean, the guilty party may not still be in the prison.
Why do you say that?
Well, anyone who had to stop in here would hardly smash up a TV set. Now, Norleen Burke was released this morning. You know how she felt about everybody.
We don't know it was her. Any one of them could have been responsible for it.
I agree. The ban on privileges remains. That is all.
Can you spare a tiny moment, please, Erica?
What are you doing here?
Well, I wouldn't insist, but it's so important. Now, please don't think I'm being unduly critical, but was it necessary to ban all privileges? They long for TV, the poor things. They haven't anything else, you see.
Are you here as the prisoner's elected representative?
Well, yes, I suppose I am, really.
Then I suggest you go back and tell them that until they are willing to accept responsibility for one another's actions, they will have to suffer the consequences of those actions.
But isn't that being a tiny bit unfair? Wouldn't it be more positive for you to channel your efforts into finding the guilty party?
Are you telling me how to run this prison?
Oh, no, I'm just offering suggestions. I promised the girls I would, you see.
It appears to me you are undermining my authority.
Is hardline authority wise, Erica? Isn't it counterproductive? I mean, you know as well as I do that you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
You will stop calling me Erica. You will address me as Governor or Mrs. Davidson. You will speak only when you are spoken to, and you will not have the impertinence to come to this office without an appointment.
Oh, dear.
My advice to you is to keep out of my way and not compound the damage you have already done.
Damage? Me?
You have abused privileges I have given you. You who should have set an example. Because of you, I have exposed my officers to ridicule and the department to humiliation. I lay yesterday's debacle wholly and solely at your door.
But it wasn't a debacle until the very end. We were all having a wonderful time, and they were all very enthusiastic about my halfway house project. I mean, you were yourself. You made a marvellous speech to the media.
Then I have changed my mind. I see no point in creating a home for women who have no more sense than a common vandal.
Oh, one poor demented creature externalizing her miseries.
Must I send for a warder, or will you leave this office of your own accord?
I understand, dear. It's a bad time of the month.
God, how much longer are they going to keep us here for?
As long as it suits them, I suppose.
Oh, Sid's just been waiting for a chance to sack me.
Would he do that?
Yes, he's done it once already.
But he took you back, and you do your work, don't you?
My work and more.
One thing about a Wentworth girl, she tries harder.
She has to.
Well, then why should he fire you?
Oh, he doesn't like me being there while his son's around. I told you about Jeff.
I thought he was back at uni.
Oh, he is, but he drops in from time to time.
Well, if he's there to supervise you, I don't know what he's worrying about. Now, if you were Bea...
Poor old Bea. She certainly didn't last long outside.
I think she enjoyed herself.
Oh, I couldn't bear knowing that I'd never get out. I mean, it's bad enough as it is, having one foot in, one out.
Yeah, sort of like being on another planet. I look at those kids at uni with almost nothing on their minds, and sometimes I'm amazed that we even speak the same language.
Did they ask you out?
Yeah, parties and barbecues. I'm running out of excuses not to go. One boy came up to me the other day and said, are you a nun in cities or something?
Oh, I know. I see them on the bus coming home, planning where they'll go, what to do. I don't know.
Don't worry, Lynn. Our time will come. We're really the lucky ones.
Warning 407.
The dog squad fellow wants us to keep it lock to contain the area until I flush right through it.
Oh, is she still there? Yeah. Looks kind of Greek or something. Funny you don't often get them on the go. No onions.
I told him. You want to get her out of the cold?
Sure. I always arrest people with a cup of coffee in one hand and a hamburger in the other. Use your head. You got all the bloody onions, didn't you?
Irini, what are you doing here? It's not right for a nice Greek girl. Irini, do you hear me? Μίλα ελληνικά, Τέσσα. Πες να το μάθει ο Σταύρος. Και ο αδερφός σου. Τι θα πω στον Αλέκο?
I think that one spotted us.
Η αστυνομία. Άντε να φύγω με παιδί μου, πουλάκια κάνουνε τα μάτια σου. Θεέ μου, δεν έχεις άδικο.
Silly. What's your name? We know what you've been up to. There's been complaints.
Παράτε με ήσυχη, δεν έκανα τίποτα.
What? Speak English.
Δεν μιλάω αγγλέζικα. Δεν καταλαβαίνω τι μου λες. Σημαίνει να φύγω.
No English? Oh, great.
How does she stay in business then?
Oh, dear, you're confined to barracks. That's a shame.
stayed to keep me company, didn't you, Wonk?
I didn't, and don't call me Wonk.
Well, don't get off your bike. I was only joking.
Did the governor say for how long?
Ooh, the governor. I wonder whatever happened to Eric.
Maybe they'll let you work in the garden here. I'd give you a hand.
Yeah, like last time.
That was different. I was all upset about Frankie.
Oh, I can't be bothered, Doreen.
Oh, you don't want to come back and work in the laundry? Tell you what, we'll ask Mrs. Davidson if we can both go and work in the garden.
She's not in the mood for favours.
I'll ask her.
You'll ask her?
Yeah, I'm game. And you wouldn't feel so locked up out there among the cabbages.
I thought the DeVere woman was going to pay all those expenses.
Originally, that was the idea. But I shouldn't be at all surprised if she changes her mind about that as well. I think we ought to be prepared to foot the bill ourselves.
What will we put it down to? Public relations?
That was the general idea of the exercise.
Pretty expensive exercise.
It certainly was. Are you sure these figures are correct?
Well, the kitchen staff's usually pretty reliable.
We seem to have used an inordinate amount of cream and eggs.
With that Goddard woman running the show, God knows what they pinched.
Well, the rest of the list's quite reasonable. What on earth could the women do with all that cream and eggs?
Probably stuffed themselves silly.
Oh, it's not possible, not this amount. Besides, they were supervised the entire time during the operation. Weren't they?
I needed Williams outside.
Oh, really, Vera? You left them alone in the kitchen after what happened last time.
I needed her outside with all those people milling around. Anyway, I don't know why you let Goddard in the kitchen again.
Very well, point taken.
She can't be trusted. None of them can.
I said point taken, Vera.
Mrs. Davidson?
What are you doing in here, Anderson? Get back to the laundry.
I want to speak to Mrs. Davidson.
Then you make an appointment with the duty officer like everyone else. Get back to work.
It's all right, Miss Bennett. What is it?
Could, Lynn and me work in the garden, please?
Oh, Miss Bennett, would you check those figures again, please? All the prisoners have been confined to the main building. What makes you think you and Warner should be given special consideration?
Oh, it's not that, Mrs. Davidson. It's just that with everybody working on the inside, well, there aren't enough jobs to go around.
Oh, I'm sure Miss Bennett could fix that up for you.
With pleasure.
Oh, but there's millions of things to do out in the garden, and since Lynn went on work release, well, things got real bad out there.
I had no idea you cared so much, Doreen.
Oh, yeah?
Almost as much, it seems, as you care about working in the kitchen. Perhaps you could tell me how you managed to use so much cream and eggs when preparing a few savouries.
Yeah. Oh, well, we did break a few things, Mrs. Davidson, but we cleaned up the mess. And if we was out in the garden, well, then we couldn't break nothing, could we? Oh, I'm real sorry about that, Mrs. Davidson, and I'm sorry about the telly. We all are. But Lynn and me, we didn't do nothing, honest. I wanted that colour telly more than anything, Mrs. Davidson, and Lynn's so miserable about losing her work release and being all shut up inside, and we'd be real good, promise.
Promise? Who do you think you're kidding, Anderson?
Go back to the laundry, Doreen, and I'll think about it. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, gee, Mrs. Davidson. Thanks. We'll be real good.
Mrs. Davidson, you can't be serious about...
Vera, would you please refrain from telling me what I can and cannot do? Now, shall we continue?
Αλέκο, τι ώρα είναι αυτή? Γιατί άργησες? Και μάλιστα απόψε.
Speak English, Tessa, speak English. If you do not speak English, how will Irini learn?
Irini. She is nothing but trouble to this house.
My sister is not trouble.
Your sister has been arrested by the αστυνομία.
She has papers, we saw to that.
The police thinks she goes with men for money.
Του δρόμου? Πρόστιχα? No, not Irini. It must be a mistake. A language mistake. Tessa, why did you let this happen?
I could do nothing. Nothing. I ran. You know why I ran.
Tessa, are you crazy? She's to be married to Stavros. Do you know what he's going to do when he finds out? We must go to the police.
No.
We must release her.
Not the police.
We cannot leave her in jail.
Get Stavros. He is her man.
Where is Stavros?
Get his uncle then. His uncle is a δικηγόρος. Stefanos Michail will know what to do.
Yes, He'll tell them it's a mistake. They'll apologize to Irene and let her come home.
This was a really great idea, wasn't it? It's better than being in the laundry like we were yesterday. Oh, look! A worm! Want it down your neck?
Oh, grow up, Doreen.
We could start a worm farm. Only, how would you tell the difference between girl worms and boy worms?
Look, I don't know and I don't care.
You're not still worried about that old job, are you? I think it's been real good out here, digging all week, you know, and getting sweaty and stuff. Don't you think it's been real good?
Oh, it's not like being on the outside.
I didn't have much fun on the outside.
Well, what do you expect? You were on the run.
You weren't, and you didn't do much good for yourself either.
Yeah, well, next time it'll be different.
I've heard all that before.
Right, inside you two. Paddy wagon's coming through.
It's not me you have to worry about, Mrs. Jackson. She's the one who wants to nick off.
Stand on the line, please.
Oh, she doesn't speak English.
How can I read the girl her rights? She won't understand.
Does anyone here speak Greek?
Oh, I don't think so.
English is good enough for us, it's good enough for her.
But she has no idea what I'm saying.
The regulations say her rights must be read to her. There's nothing about reading them in Greek.
Irene Zervos. You have been found guilty of prostitution and sentenced to 21 days in prison. Is that correct?
Sign for her and take her to the showers.
Come on.
All right, garden party over?
Yeah, we had to come inside because of the paddy wagon.
Yeah, they wouldn't trust us to stay out there while the gates were open.
It's petty. How can they expect cooperation when they treat you like that?
And they didn't used to, but they got it down on all of us now.
Dava never used to be that bad. Mind you, she wasn't that good either. But she wasn't Jacobus the way she is now.
Yeah, she's been awful since the barbecue.
Well, you can't really blame her. I mean, she looked like a mug in front of the press and ended up with eagle over her face over that halfway house rubbish.
Yeah, you'd have to be bonkers to think that'd work.
Yeah, and now I miss out on my job and Karen can't go to uni.
But how was I to know that someone was going to smash the television set? How did you expect me to know?
We didn't expect you to know anything, Tinkerbell.
Irene Zervos.
And not a word of English.
There's nothing much we can do about that.
It's possible she's too frightened to talk.
Well, it hardly matters. She's only in for 21 days.
Oh, can't we at least get her an interpreter? I don't think she understands what's happened. She's not much more than a child.
This child was seen soliciting in broad daylight several times, and once near the local school. The residents complained to the police.
Perhaps someone in here speaks Greek.
Among the prisoners? I doubt it. There certainly aren't any Greek girls in at the moment. In fact, Zervos is something of an exception. There's usually too much family pressure keeping them in line.
Well, Clara might have a word or two, or perhaps Karen. They're better educated
Then
than
ask them. Is there anything else?
No. No, that's all.
The police?
No, Stavros.
He is to be away for 3 weeks. What will we tell him?
Welcome, Stavros. Welcome.
Well, about time, Alex. How are you? And Tessa? Where is Irene?
She's not here.
Where is she?
She's away, Stavro, on holiday.
Alone? Look, I heard she was in trouble. That's why I came back. Well,
Who told you all this? It's all lies.
Where is she?
It's true, she is in a bit of trouble, but it's all a mistake. She's a good girl, my little sister.
Look, I wish to
Always.
speak to her, Alex.
You can't. She's in prison.
Prison? Why? What has she done?
Nothing. It's all a mistake. Go and ask your uncle, Stefanos Mikhail. He'll tell you it's all a mistake.
Well, I hope so, for all our sakes. I went to a lot of expense to bring your sister into this country.
There is no time to talk about money now, Stavros.
Perhaps not. We'll see. Θα τα ξαναπούμε, Αλέξη. Γεια σου, Τέσσα.
What do we do now?
There is nothing we can do.
You all right? Excuse me. You okay?
Ποια είσαι? Τι θέλεις?
Is she Greek or something?
Yes. Είσαι Ελληνίδα?
Ναι, είμαι Ελληνίδα.
Spot on. I didn't know you spoke Greek.
I don't really. I just taught some Greek kids once.
Well, ask her what's wrong.
Well, this is what's wrong, obviously.
Well, what about her parents? Anything?
Hang on. Πού είναι η οικογένεια σου?
Είναι όλοι στην Ελλάδα.
They're in Greece.
Oh, she must have someone here. Oh, ask her what's wrong.
Oh, give us a break, Lynn. I know about as much Greek as she does English.
Lynn, Karen,
Ειρήνη.
Ειρήνη, you Australia? Why?
Ήρθα εδώ να παντρευτώ.
She must have come to get married.
Wow, she taken the wrong turn.
Σταύρος.
Stavros?
That's a man's name.
Oh.
Ο Σταύρος είναι πολύ όμορφος και έξυπνος. Θα παντρευτούμε.
So that's Stavros.
Where is Stavros?
Lies, all lies. So your little sister innocent, is she? Like a flower. That's not what my uncle tells me.
What did your uncle tell you about Irene?
That she was selling her body in the streets to any man, and the police caught her.
I forgive you for what you say, because you are angry. I'll be angry too if it was true. But it's not true. My wife was there. You tell him, Tessa.
The police came. She had no English, so she ran. I think she is guilty.
You speak English? Why did you not tell them? This is Irene. This is my husband's sister. You speak English. Why did you not tell them their mistake?
You know why she cannot talk to the police? You know why she ran away?
She ran to hide her head in shame because her husband's sister is a putana. You're a fool, Alexis Zervos. But I'm no fool. When that woman comes out of jail, I will not marry her. Let her go back to Greece.
Oh, a new kid in the school.
Oh, Irene.
Who's your mate?
Irene Zervos. This is Lizzie.
Hello, love.
And this is Monica.
Monica.
That's right.
What's wrong with her?
There's nothing wrong with her. She's Greek.
Dago, eh?
Dago.
Shut up. Don't talk to me about Greeks. They nearly put me out of business down the beachfront. They have the shop on the corner. Everybody worked in it. Kids, aunties, uncles, grandmother, a whole bloody lot of them.
What's wrong with that?
Unfair competition, that's what it was. As long as they could make a cent, they stayed open.
I bet you stayed open when you felt like it.
I kept proper trading hours. And what's more, I kept my place clean. Not like those bloody Dagos.
Be quiet, Ferguson. Lynn told me you know some Greek.
I taught some Greek children once, but I didn't learn much of the language.
Well, I found these in the library. Of course, you don't have to help, but it would look good on your record.
You don't have to bribe me, Mrs. Jackson.
Bloody Dagos. They come here, they don't bother to learn the language, rob you blind and shoot through. Somebody ought to show them.
I won't warn you again, Ferguson. Now, you take her somewhere less noisy.
Come on.
I want a word with you. What are you up to?
I'm not doing anything.
Exactly. You're not doing anything.
I'm keeping my nose clean. Now, what's wrong with that?
You used to have a lot of influence around here.
Oh, yeah?
I would have thought with you back and Nolene gone, things would get back to normal.
I don't run the jail, Mrs. Jackson. That's your job.
And there was a time you could have made it a lot easier. But it looks like Ferguson's the one in control.
Oh, me old mate money.
That Greek girl, she's a long way from home.
Yeah, well, we all are one way or another, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. So that's the way it is.
Listen, if you want to employ a bit of muscle, why don't you ask Lady Muck?
Who?
Madam Clara. Yeah, that's what you should do. Get with the strength like everyone else.
I see. Your nose is out of joint, isn't it?
Is it? Maybe the doc can fix it.
And maybe he couldn't.
Why not? Fixed you up, didn't he?
Don't be insolent.
Now, what have I said?
If I could just see the governor for a few minutes.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Meg.
You know, you're not exactly loved and wanted around here.
Oh, come on, Meg. Be fair. My intentions were good.
But the road to hell is
It's
paved
with good intentions, isn't it? How is Mrs. Davidson?
howling for blood.
What, still?
Marion DeVere's preferably, but yours would do.
Oh, is she really that upset?
I've never seen her so furious. You know, she's a very disciplined lady. This isn't like her.
That is odd. I don't suppose a few soothing words
From
from...
you? Oh, I'd stay out of her way.
It's that bad, eh?
That bad.
Well, that's awkward. I wanted permission to see Karen.
I can handle that. She's allowed one visitor per week.
Uh-huh. Will I wait in the garden?
Okay, I'll bring her out.
Thanks, mate.
Athelfos, brother.
Ναι.
Here in Melbourne.
Melbourne είναι.
Did he come to the court? Court.
Heavy weather?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the Greek word for court.
Well, why do you want to know?
Well, apparently she has a brother living in Melbourne. I was wondering if he stood by her.
No one else was in court. Sergeant Melhurst said she was alone.
Well, then she can't have had anyone to speak for her. It mustn't have been much of a trial.
Oh, well, we don't know that, Karen. Oh, there's a visitor for you, by the way, in the garden.
Oh, I come back.
Don't let me catch you in that cell, Ferguson.
Don't worry. I'm not on visiting terms with Dagos.
And watch your tongue!
Hi, Monty. Waiting for somebody.
Yeah, and they just arrived.
Who?
Oh, well, I'm not talking to myself, am I?
Oh, wake up, Doreen. What do you want?
Well, how would you like to do somebody a favour?
Who?
Our little wild friend in there.
Maybe I'm not smart enough.
Oh, look, even you're smart enough for this one. Now, what I was thinking... Okay. I'll be in it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, go on, get on with it.
Hi. I wasn't expecting to see you.
Who did you expect?
I don't know, really, just not you.
And I've been looking for you at the uni. Have you been avoiding me?
I haven't been to uni. The governor's cancelled all privileges.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
But the whole thing would have blown over by now if it hadn't been for your Mrs. Javert insisting on full media coverage. That's what really upset Mrs. Davidson.
Bringing in the press was the governor's idea.
Oh.
And she is not my Mrs. DeVere. Marianne has removed all the business from the firm. You should hear my senior partner, Charles Baldwin, on the subject. He's talking about breaking up the partnership.
Wouldn't you be better off without him?
Building up a law practice takes an awful lot of time, Karen, and Charles has all the contacts.
But you've got the brains. If you left, you'd take half his clients with you.
Yes, well, if I wanted to start a full-scale war with a very influential man.
But you'd soon find your own clients. In fact, I know someone who could use your help right now.
Karen, please, no more legal aid cases.
Oh, Steve, this Greek girl's just
Karen,
come into the
no.
prison. But her solicitor isn't even trying. He didn't even get her brother to come to the court.
I can't interfere, I'm happy to say. Not with another solicitor's case.
Steve, I'm not asking you to do that.
No, you're asking me for something.
Could you go and see her brother and his wife? Ask them why they haven't been to see her. Steve, she's so isolated she can't even speak English.
Isn't this more in Jean Vernon's line of work?
But I think you'd get results where she couldn't. And Greek men won't listen to women.
Very sensible of
Oh, Steve, will you do it?
This really is important to you.
Yes, it is.
My every instinct tells me not to get involved. The same instincts that tell me to run like hell when I first saw your pretty face. Okay. But there is a price. You will have that lunch with me.
You know I can't do that.
Of course you can. When you go back to uni. I'll arrive one day with a basket full of chicken and champagne, and we'll go and sit under a tree somewhere. Just you and I.
Yeah, and several thousand other students.
Sorry. Time's up.
It'll be the ruination of me, Karen Travis.
What are you two doing in here?
Oh, we're just the welcome wagon.
Irene, what is going on?
Miss Jackson?
Yes?
Bugger off.
I see. They've been teaching you English, have they?
Is wrong?
Is very wrong.
I think we'll leave the lessons to Karen in the future. And as for those high spirits, we'll divert them towards scrubbing the corridors.
Oh, have a heart,
Out,
Mrs.
Lizzie. You too, Doreen.
I've been speaking to a solicitor.
Solis.
A man of the law. Vikigoros.
Vikigoros?
He will go to your brother.
Όχι.
You mean no?
Δεν θέλω, όχι.
But he helped you.
Όχι, όχι, σε παρακαλώ, όχι.
Are you the police?
No, I'm not the police.
No police?
No, I'm a lawyer.
We don't need a lawyer.
Please, I'm not here to talk business, I assure you. Are you Alex Zervas?
Yes, I am Alex Zervas.
Good. Look, I'm here on behalf of your sister Irene.
My sister sends you?
No, a friend of hers who should know better sends me.
My sister has no friends.
Yes, well, that seems to be the problem, doesn't it? Look, can I come in? Damn it, man, I'm trying to help her.
Mrs. Jackson, can I have a word with you, please?
What is it?
I've been kept in for days now. When are they going to let me out to work?
That's up to the governor.
Look, Miss Vernon's been to see Sid and he's not very happy. In fact, she doesn't think he'll keep my job much longer.
Lynn, there's nothing I can do.
Well, couldn't you have a word with Mrs. Davidson?
I'll try, but don't be too hopeful.
Look, it's not fair. I've worked hard. I couldn't have tried harder.
I know you did.
Why is Mrs. Davidson taking it out on me? I haven't done anything.
You're not being singled out.
Well, who else has got as much to lose?
Well, Karen, for a start.
Karen can still study. All I can do is wait.
It's not the governor's fault you're where you are.
Yeah, but she's going to see I'm kept in here, isn't she?
Mrs. Davidson is the most tolerant, liberal governor this prison has ever had, and she's come a cropper because of it. I don't blame her for taking a hard line. She's right. Up to a point.
Oh, hello, Wonk. Want to have a game?
Oh, don't call me Wonk.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, call her stupid.
Wonk's not stupid. Oh, sorry, it just slipped out.
Look, anybody who'd have a second go at coming back here has got to be stupid.
Well, you came back more than once.
Say that again,
Oh,
Doreen.
take it easy, Monty.
Oh, look, just shut up and deal. You'd have the Greek playing with us next, wouldn't you?
Well, you don't have to talk proper to play poker.
No, that's true. You only have to be able to count.
Oh,
They can all do that, even if they can't speak the language.
don't be so hard on her, Monty. She's only a kid.
I can talk to a pro any way I like.
And how do you know she's on the game?
Oh, look, just shut up and play cards.
You're very quiet, Bea.
Me? I'm semi-retired.
Are you going to let them keep putting it down like that?
You can be tired of being the fastest gun in town.
Oh, no.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson, when are we going to get our deli back?
Which one? The one you used to have or the new one you smashed up?
Oh, I wish I could lay my hands on the one.
Come on,
who
everybody,
did
back
that.
to your rooms.
Oh, look at the time. They don't even put kids to bed at this hour.
Get a
Mrs.
move
Jackson.
on.
Oh, Mrs. Jackson's in a hurry to get home tonight, eh? Bet you've got a nice warm bed waiting for you. A nice warm bed and a nice warm doctor.
Hurry up, Ferguson. I've got better things to do than stay here all night.
Especially the little kids. If you give them a good example in life, they'll turn out sons.
Great out there. There's more scenery.
I go here? Yes. You sleep.
You go here?
No, I go there.
Does door...
Till the morning.
Get out of me way, you wog.
Don't be so bloody rude.
Now you stop that, Ferguson, and hurry up.
Mrs. Jackson, wouldn't she be better off with B and me?
I'll think about it. Now get back to yourself.
Good night.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. But as long as she doesn't snore or talk in her sleep. Jeez. Can you imagine sharing a cell with someone spouting Greek all night?
You might learn the language. Hey, that's an idea, B. Why don't you take up Greek?
What in the hell for?
So you can get yourself a Greek boyfriend when you get up.
When I get out of here, I'll be past it. I'll have no teeth, my hair will be grey and... Shut up about when I get out of here.
Monica started in on Irene. It's the law of the jungle, isn't it? Pick off the weakest first.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be a weakie, you've got to learn to expect that.
Oh, B, you don't mean that. What's wrong with you, B? You're always in their boots and all when anyone was having a hard time.
Look, I told you, I've retired. I am minding my own business, and it's a shame you don't do the same.
You're sulking. That's it, isn't it?
I've taken enough from you. Now shut up!
Oh, B, look, it's Clara Goddard, isn't it? She comes in here, fixes things up, cheers people up, and you can't stand it.
I'm warning you.
Oh, come on, B, you're a reasonable woman. What's the matter with you? Can't you see how stupid this is?
Look, Miss University student, what makes you think you can get inside my head? I know what I'm doing. I was Queen Bee around here for years, and I'll be Queen Bee again. I have no intention of giving up that title to a gutless contender like Clara Goddard.
Aha, we haven't retired.
Oh, retired be damned. Well, I'm just giving that little laddie enough rope.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we get no television. We're pushed off to bed at 6:30. Work and study release has been cancelled. We're watched 24 hours a day. But Monica slipped a leak.
Yeah, well, it could only happen with Tinkerbell in charge. And just how long do you think it's going to take before they wake up to her?
Here again. You're only allowed one visit per week.
Not if I'm here to see somebody else.
You're not here to see Karen.
Well, it would help if I could see her.
She's had her quota of visitors this week, and you were it.
Well, now, I thought that rule depended on the governor's discretion.
It does.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I'll settle for Irene Zervos.
I didn't know you were handling her case.
Oh, I wasn't, Meg, or she wouldn't be in here. Now, I've just been to see her people, and I'm reporting back.
Well, Irene's very short on English.
Well, then, I'll need to see Karen to translate.
Oh, I suppose it'll be all right. You better wait in the interview room. Irene, this is Mr. Wilson. He's here to help you. Here to help you. He is a lawyer. Oh, what's Greek for lawyer?
Δικηγόρος.
Δεν μου χρειάζεται δικηγόρος. Έχω τον δικό μου. Δεν έχω τίποτα να πω σε αυτόν τον κύριο. Ποιος του είπε να έρθει? Είπα την αλήθεια στην αστυνομία.
Doesn't seem too keen to see you.
It's a little like watching one of those foreign films without the subtitles. Tell her it's okay, Karen. I'm not here to hassle her.
Irene, είμαστε φίλοι.
I'm sorry, you'll have to speak English.
That's ridiculous.
Well, those are the rules.
But you brought me here to translate
well,
for
you
her.
have to translate what she says into English.
How am I going to get his message across?
I'm sorry, those are the rules.
Well, they're stupid.
I've already bent them in two, having you in here. He is no longer your lawyer. You have no legal right to be present.
I don't have any rights at all in here, do I?
Exactly.
I think Dr. Miller would disagree with that, Mrs. Jackson.
Let's just get on with it, shall we? Now, we're here because we're trying to help that girl. And believe you me, Meg, she's going to need all the help she can get.
Did you speak to her brother and his wife?
Yes, I did.
Why weren't they at the court?
This is the difficult part. What I'm about to disclose now is classified information. Meg, I don't suppose that you...
I cannot leave the room. Now, you know better than to ask.
Can we rely on your discretion?
I am not enjoying this.
Well, I went to see her relations.
What about a fiancé?
Stavros Michaels.
Yes.
Oh, Stavros.
Stavros, I'm afraid, has turned rather nasty. When he heard what happened, he broke off the engagement. I'm afraid she no longer has a fiancé.
Oh, poor girl.
Also, she came here to get married. And if she doesn't get married, she'll be deported.
Oh, no.
Oh, Stavros, τι έπαθε?
Can't her sister-in-law and brother find a way of keeping her here?
Meg, this is where we come to the nitty-gritty. Alex and Tessa Zervos are in more trouble than Irene. They're illegal immigrants.
Oh, that's why they didn't come to the court.
Yes, exactly.
Ο Αλέξης, ο Σταύρος, τι έγινε? Γιατί με κοιτάτε έτσι?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing our